President Trump's bid to get 50% of the minerals in Ukraine has been completely rebuffed by President Zelensky. Let's talk about it. So, Donald Trump basically said that he wanted 50% of the mineral rights to Ukraine and he wanted priority to get the minerals from Ukraine before any other buyer in the world in exchange for giving them more weapons, more support in their war with Russia and in the future. Now, President Zelensky said that it lacked security guarantees in this deal and pretty much just said this was not going to happen. And considering the amount of minerals that they have in Ukraine and the estimated price tag of those, you're talking about trillions of dollars of minerals. There's no way 50% is the right number. I can't imagine something like 10% or 5% even, and then also saying we get priority to buy the minerals from you versus other nations. But considering that the entirety of EU has outspent the US by itself on this war, I can't imagine us getting that big of a priority over this. But I do think if the US pulls back entirely from Ukraine, they collapse. They collapse. They need both the EU and the US to fund this war to continue it. But considering that there's going to be a meeting between the US and Russia and Saudi Arabia this week, and the Ukraine has not actually been invited to that meeting about talking for peace, it seems like it's not really in Ukraine's purview. They don't really get a say here for their own country because, like I said, if you don't have the funding for the US and the EU, Ukraine collapses and Russia just takes over the whole place. But this was the opening bid on the mineral rights for Ukraine, so we'll see what comes of it in the coming weeks and months, hopefully, whenever this war finally ends.